Welcome back to another episode of Naperville Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Josiah Schoeneman. We have some intriguing basketball matchups this week, including the Waubonsie Valley boys, who are off to a fast start this season at 5-1 and look to keep that going on the road against an improved Metea Valley squad. It's a Friday night and it's boys basketball. The Warriors of Waubonsie Valley head up Eola Road to take on the Metea Valley Mustangs in MV's home opener. After a scoreless first minute and a half, the Mustangs with some great ball movement to set up Jackson Corbett for three to finally get points on the board. Warriors are eager to respond and they do so with Jackson Langendorf putting it in for the deuce. Still in the first quarter, Quinton Schaefer throws a cross-court pass to Ja'Kai Gray, who swings it to Nicholas Schroeder for the corner triple. MV up 6-4. Mustangs look to extend their lead. Schaefer to Schroeder, who drops it off to Dom Smith for the layup. Headed into the second quarter, Trey Blissett passes to Elijah Whitaker for the pretty step back and bucket. Warriors still trail though. 3:54 left in the first half. James Parker gets the defensive rebound off the missed three and finds Schroeder ahead of the pack for two. Score at the half is 27-20 in favor of the Mustangs. Metea remains on top to start the third quarter with Will Ashford driving and kicking to Schroeder, who buries the tray. 5:40 left in the third. Jackson Langendorf drives and splits the defenders to lay it in. Warriors are now down by 8. Elijah Whitaker gets the easy steal off Metea's inbound pass and goes coast to coast with a Euro step and getting the roll. MV up 41-37 at the end of the third quarter. To the fourth quarter, where Tyreek Coleman gets the steal off another Mustang turnover. Although Braylon Spicer gets blocked from behind, Trey Blissett is there for the putback. We're tied up. 5 minutes to go, Spicer has it taken away by Javion Grizzle, who makes a nice hustle play to set up Quinton Schaefer for the layup. Grizzle with another assist, this time kicking it to Jackson Corbett, who nails the three to put his team up by 3. Then Corbett throws it to the corner to Nicholas Schroeder, who swings it to Quinton Schaefer, and he knocks it down with 1:40 left in the game. MV leads 49-47. 38 seconds to go in the game. Elijah Whitaker gives it to a wide-open Tyreek Coleman to give W a 1-point lead. Moments later, Jackson Langendorf sinks 2 big free throws to extend their lead to 52-49. Less than 30 seconds on the clock, Metea looking to tie it. Ja'Kai Gray steps up and knocks down a huge three. We're knotted up at 52, and we're heading to overtime. Moving into the 4-minute overtime, MV moves the ball around the arc, and it's Jackson Corbett for the corner three to put them up 55-52. Elijah Whitaker at the line, making 2 free throws to cut the lead to 1. With time winding down, Corbett gets the rebound and gives it to Quinton Schaefer, who dribbles the length of the court for the easy 2. That seals a thrilling home opener for Metea, winning 60-54 in overtime over the Warriors. Fresh off a 60-56 overtime victory over Naperville Central, the Waubonsie Valley girls are back in action as they welcome Metea Valley to their home court. Last season, the Warriors got the best of the Mustangs in both of their meetings. Early on in the first, Kalia Reed takes the handoff from Aliyah Aranda and buries the three. Waubonsie is up 7-5. Moments later, Reese Valha gets by her defender, passes up court where Maggie Erdman finishes the layup to tie the game up at 9. Later on, Srihi Dugarala catches the ball in the corner, finds an open spot in the mid-range and sinks the jumper. This one knots the game up at 15 with 2 minutes to go. With time dwindling in the quarter, Taylor Curry finds Ariana Garcia Evans on the wing and she finds nothing but net. It's 18-15 at the end of 1. In the beginning of the second quarter, Mapuro Koso misses the three. Aliyah Aranda snags the offensive rebound and gives Mapuro Koso another attempt, and she cashes in. This one extends the lead to 9. Now with under 2 minutes left in the half, the Warriors continue to fight for extra possessions. Mapuro Koso corrals the rebound, attacks the baseline, and dumps it off to Curry for the easy 2. The lead has now ballooned to 43-19. In the closing moments of the half, Mapuro Koso cuts backdoor and just misses the lay-in, but Lily Newton is there to clean it up. With that, the Warriors take a 48-23 lead into halftime. Waubonsie carries the momentum into the second half. This is Taylor Curry getting into the lane and splitting the defenders for the score. The Warriors are up by 27. In the closing seconds of the third, Kalia Reed draws the defender from the corner and kicks it to Garcia Evans, who sinks another 3 just as time expires. The Warriors go on to win by a score of 80-47. It's Mom's Night and a DVC clash at Naperville Central. The Red Hawks are looking for a conference win as they welcome in the Neuqua Valley Wildcats, who hold a 5-2 record. It's the Red Hawks getting aggressive early on the defensive side as Gavin Wade steals the pass and takes it all the way to the rim to give his squad a 4-0 lead. They look to turn up the offense, and Michael Boyce helps that with a corner triple that gets a friendly bounce. Near the end of the first, it's Ivan Nashdovsky for Central, turning the corner and scoring plus the foul. The Red Hot start has Central up 15-10 after 1. It's Neuqua's turn to get going in the second quarter, starting with Chris Serbanov getting the Luke Kincaid pass and scoring to break a tie. Now Kincaid gets involved as he pulls up for 3 and nails it. Wildcats hold a big lead, but Central and Simon Kruger-Lakovis decide to change that. He spins off his defender and hits the jumper in the lane to cut the deficit to 30-23. Red Hawks try to inch closer before the break, but Serbanov forces a turnover and goes coast to coast to beat the buzzer. Blue and Gold outscore Central 28-11 in the second to lead 38-24 at the break. 19 points for Serbanov. You can't count out Central just yet. Kruger-Lakovis is at it again, rising up for 3, and it's money, which puts them within single digits. However, Neuqua has a response. Colin Garrity's floater is off, but Nick Doherty fights to get the ball back and converts on the layup. It's another buzzer beater from Neuqua, this time with Nick Lendino, as that shot makes it 49-44 Wildcats going into the fourth. Red Hawks keep fighting to cut it to 1, and big man Ross DeZer gives them a 53-51 lead with this and 1. Back and forth we go as Luke Kincaid steps up and hits the open trifecta. Wildcats retake the lead. Kruger-Lakovis leads the Hawks with 20 points, but he can't hit this much-needed 3 to tie it up. Now Central is trying for the second chance bucket, but Brian Thomas knocks the ball away and takes it to the cup for the dagger. Neuqua survives for a 64-59 road win. Coming up, we have wrestling action here on NSW.
Hey, do you want to join our rewards program? Collect hot dog points to unlock access to our VIP lounge.
That doesn't seem very...
rewarding. With the BMO Savings Builder account, you get a cash reward for every month you save.
Wait, so you're going to reward me for saving my own money?
You got it. A little incentive to help you get into the habit of saving.
That sounds great, but do you have VIPs?
Yeah, absolutely. We call them customers.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
We live in a safe community, but not a crime-free community. If you see something, say something. Be a Naperville Crime Stopper.
We move from the hardwood to the mats and take a look at wrestling with Neuqua Valley taking on Naperville Central. We got a DVC wrestling match at Naperville Central. The Red Hawks fly in after going 2-1 in the West Aurora Mega Duel, while the visiting Neuqua Valley Wildcats look to bounce back after falling in their DVC opener to Naperville North. After a forfeit at 106 pounds, let's go to 113 with Red Hawk Gavin McDonald wrestling Wildcat Arjun Baradawaj. Early on, McDonald has momentum on his opponent, but then Baradawaj reverses and now he's the one in control. It takes a while, but Baradawaj locks up McDonald in the cradle, and that results in a pin to tie the match up at 6. Then Central gets a major decision and another forfeit to go up 16-6. At 132, Central's Mitchell Kashuba gets a quick double-leg takedown on Nikwa's Jay Chidley. Kashuba keeps Chidley locked down on the mat and also puts him in the cradle, which results in a Red Hawk pin despite the effort by Chidley. Wrestling at 152 pounds, Chris Byrne for the Red Hawks goes for the legs on Wildcat Maddox Menendez and throws him down. No pin for Byrne, but with his takedown montage and back points, he takes the match by a tech fall over Menendez. 27-9, Hawks are running away early. Wildcats get a pin at 160, and now at 170, Silvano Spadafora wants to do the same on NC's Nairi Dabney. Spadafora gets Dabney in the half Nelson and waits for the referee to tap the mat to cap off back-to-back pins for the blue and gold. However, the Red Hawks dominated on this night. At 220, Nico Basterio from Central picks up Magomed Nurondinov and just slams him flat on the mat. Basterio wins by a major decision. Finishing off with the heavyweights, it's Red Hawk Chase Enfield keeping Alex Marks on his back. This results in a pin and the 61-18 victory for the Hawks. It's senior night at Mattia Valley High School, and we got another DVC matchup in boys wrestling. The Eola Clash hits the mats this time around as the Mustangs host the Waubonsie Valley Warriors. Both teams will be looking to build some confidence after challenging themselves in tournaments last weekend. We start the meet off with a 113-pound match between Waubonsie Valley's Ansh Kathakonda and Mattia Valley's Matthew Shaw. The two battle on the mat as Shaw tries to hold Kathakonda down to get the pin. He gets it as the Mustangs get off to a good start and lead 15-6. Next, we have the 120-pound matchup between Warrior Nate Duffield and Mustang Joseph Howley. These two have been fighting to get points round after round, but Duffield gets the pin for the Warriors and trims the Mustangs' lead to 15-12. On to the 126-pound matchup between Will Cancio of Waubonsie Valley taking on Mattia Valley's Arjo Basu. These two keep fighting as Basu tries to pin down Cancio, but is unable to do so as Cancio hangs on to get the pin for the Warriors. They extend their lead to 24-15. Now on to the 160-pound matchup as Luke Babar for the Warriors battles Connor Norton of the Mustangs. Babar is able to take Norton down and he is not able to break free. Babar gets the pin for the Warriors and they're up 45-15. Up next is the 170-pound match with Santana Watson of the Warriors taking on Francisco Canoni. These two battle for many rounds as Watson goes for the pin. Canoni breaks free, but Watson does just enough to get 3 points for Waubonsie Valley. They lead 48-15. In the last matchup of the night, we have 195 pounds between Waubonsie Valley's Josh Hausur against Mattia Valley's Zuhar Beg. The two go at it, but Hausur is able to bring Beg down to get the pin for the Warriors. Dub V seals the win in this rivalry matchup with a dominant performance, winning by a score of 60-15. On this play of the week, it's boys basketball with Ja'Kai Gray stepping up in crunch time. With Mattia down 3 with less than 30 seconds left, Gray steps up and nails a huge 3 to tie the game up, which would end up forcing overtime. A cold-blooded shot when his team needed it most. What a moment for the senior.
Local news is your lifeline. Let the Daily Herald help you navigate your world with solid reporting, good advice, and a much-needed diversion or two.
It's only Q4, Susan.
We were there when your 4th cold brew felt like a heart attack.
Oh, no. Cold brew has a lot of caffeine in it.
We were there for that.
fair.
And we're here for everything else. Here it's personal because we get to know you.
Bennett Academy girls basketball guard Lene Beaumont has enjoyed a tremendous career as a Red Wing. Now in her final year, she has already cemented herself as one of the elite players in the program's history and in the entire state. I bring you more on the future Indiana Hoosier in this feature story, sponsored by Edward Elmhurst Health. So much amazing talent has come through the Bennett Academy girls basketball program, with familiar names like Kathleen Doyle, Brooke Schrammick, and Kendall Moriarty all thriving at the next level. Another star has emerged among the elite players in the program in 6-foot senior guard Lene Beaumont. She is a top 100 prospect in the nation, sitting at number 83 in the 2023 Hoop Girls recruiting rankings, and her Red Wing team once again looks like one of the best in the state of Illinois. Beaumont has been around the game of basketball for basically her whole life.
So I started when I first came along, basically. My dad was a boys high school coach at Lombard South, so he would pick me up from school and I'd go straight to the gym, basically. I had no idea what I was doing, but I would just kind of be a distraction. I would just be on the sidelines dribbling up and down.
Her idol growing up was Kathleen Doyle, a star at Bennett, leading the team to back-to-back state titles and a winner of the 2016 Miss Basketball in Illinois. She has had a major impact in Beaumont's life, especially on her basketball career.
She went to the state tournament and just kind of killed over there. I would watch it on TV and then I'd go right outside to go practice her moves and stuff.
Beaumont always wanted to meet her idol, and head coach Joe Kilbride gave her that opportunity.
He brought her to practice one day, and this was past week, and so I finally got to meet her for once, which was awesome. She was so down to earth, answering all my questions, being a great leader, so it was awesome to meet her.
Beaumont first made Bennett varsity her freshman year in 2019, where she was a part of a 29-3 Red Wings team with Division I recruits Brooke Schrammick, Kendall Moriarty, Morgan Demos, and Kendall Holmes. Their mentorship to Beaumont has proved to be crucial to her career with the program.
I have Brooke, who's constantly giving me advice. She's killing it at Wisconsin right now, so it's just great to have those people, and it really taught me, now being a senior, what, a good culture, good habits, how to establish that stuff.
After earning all-state honors as a junior and helping Bennett to a 4th-place finish at state a season ago, Beaumont has taken a big step forward in her game. The senior is taking on an even larger role now after key players from last season graduated. Her scoring and shooting percentages have gone up, and she's already had multiple 25-plus point games against some of the top teams in the area. She has emerged as a clear candidate for the 2023 Miss Basketball Award. One of the reasons for the statistical improvements has been her aggressiveness on the offensive end.
I think my coaches, my trainers, everyone's really helped me to develop that they say killer mindset. I'm still working on it, but it's definitely headed in the right direction, I would say.
This year she's shooting 56% from 2, 54% from 3, 88% from the free throw line, averaging 25 a game. So she's averaging 25 a game, but doing it incredibly efficiently.
Not only has the senior had a positive effect on the court, but also off the court with her teammates.
She's very kind, very nice. I feel like she's very opposite from on the basketball court and in person. She's a beast on the court, but a nice person.
After this season, Beaumont will be heading to Bloomington to play for the Indiana Hoosiers, who she committed to back in April. IU is currently ranked number 4 in the nation, and she couldn't be more excited to play in the Big Ten, where several former Red Wings, including former Iowa grad Kathleen Doyle, have made their mark.
They're killing it this year, top 5. I'm excited to see where that takes off. I hope they win the Big Ten, all that stuff. But I'm going to go in as a freshman, do whatever they ask me to do, basically, and just try to help in any way possible.
In the meantime, she's focused on continuing to make strides on the court and help the Red Wings get back to Redbird Arena in Normal by season's end. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Josiah Schuneman. Now we jump in the pool to check out boys swimming as Naperville North faces Neuqua Valley. We got boys swimming as Neuqua Valley opens up its season against DVC rival Naperville North. We skip ahead in the meet to take a look at the 100-yard butterfly as it's a close start to the race, although Naperville North's Ethan Herscher ends up pulling away for the first place finish at 54.25. Next up is the 100-yard freestyle, as it's made up of mostly Nequa swimmers. One of those Wildcats eventually wins the race in Dima Kondrashev, who clocks in with a time of 50.21. We move on to the 500-yard freestyle with just 4 swimmers participating in this one, with 3 Nequa swimmers and 1 Husky. Wildcat Alex Parkinson cruises to an easy victory at 4:47.04. Up next is the 200-yard freestyle relay, and it's a tight start to the race. However, the North relay team of Ethan Herscher, Adrian Lamb, Alvin Ng, and Trenton Polk finish in first with a time of 1:31.62. Moving on to the 100-yard backstroke, where it's half Nequa swimmers and half North swimmers. Wildcat Arun Kara pulls away for a first-place finish at 58.36. Now we have the 100-yard breaststroke with a close start to the race. Lamb is the one who comes out on top with a time of 1:01.49. Finally, we have the 400-yard freestyle relay, where it's tight to begin, but Nequa's relay team of Stefan Anderson, Christopher Cottrell, Alex Parkinson, and Dima Kondrashev end up taking first place at 3:23.16. That helps the Wildcats pick up the 99-76 victory over the Huskies.
Naperville Central boys swimming opens up their season at home against DVC foe Waubonsie Valley. Starting off the meet with the 200 medley relay, a race in which Waubonsie finished in 4th place at state a year ago. The Warriors prove they are still a strong relay team as Sean Ball, Tyler Bardak, Nathan and Ethan Hugh pick up the first win of the night. Next up is the 200-yard freestyle. This race was close throughout, but in the end, Sam Lohman pulls away from his teammate Luke Martins. Lohman wins with a time of 1:49.23. Sticking with the 200s in the 200-yard IM. This race was dominated by the Warriors as Tyler Bardak finishes in first place, 12 seconds ahead of his teammate Ryan Lee, who finishes in second. The shortest race of the meet is the 50 freestyle. Like always, this race was a close one, but in the end, Ethan Hugh touches the wall first, giving him a time of 22.65 and a first place finish. Doubling the distance for the 100 fly, the entire race was a close one between Redhawk Sam Lenzione and Warrior Luke Martins. Touching the wall first is Lenzione, who wins this race by .69. Moving on to the 100-yard freestyle. Once again, we have a highly competitive race that comes down to the finish. Finishing 1.39 seconds ahead of Tyler Bardak is Max Ghosh, who picks up a big win for Central. Flipping over for the backstroke. All the swimmers are neck and neck for the first lap, but pulling away from the pack is Waubonsie's Sean Ball, who wins this one with a time of 55.95. We end the meet with the 100-yard breaststroke. Starting strong off the block is the Hugh brothers, finishing the race the way we started as the Hugh brothers pick up first and second, Nathan in first and Ethan in second. Waubonsie Valley has a strong start to their DVC season, taking down Naperville Central by a score of 115-83.
Up next, we'll show you boys and girls bowling here on NSW.
Stay in the know at home or on the go with NCTV 17 News Update. This quick recap of everything happening in and around town will be delivered straight to your email inbox for free. Sign up today.
Hey, do you want to join our rewards program? Collect hot dog points to unlock access to our VIP lounge.
That doesn't seem very...
Rewarding? With the BMO Savings Builder account, you get a cash reward for every month you save.
Wait, so you're going to reward me for saving my own money?
You got it. A little incentive to help you get into the habit of saving.
That sounds great, but do you have VIPs?
Yeah, absolutely. We call them customers.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Finally, we head to the lanes for bowling with a crosstown matchup between Naperville Central and Naperville North at Fox Bowl as the Redhawks continue their historic start to the season. We head to the Fox Bowl in Wheaton for the final boys bowling crosstown classic on the lanes with Naperville North hosting Naperville Central. The Redhawks look to remain undefeated in conference play and continue their record-breaking season, while the young Huskies are getting better and better as the season goes on. Naperville North getting a strong start in Game 1 from Steven Thompson, who gets a strike as part of a 163 game and a 4-14 series. Naperville Central gets a strike as well from Nathan McKinley, who rolls a 528 series. A very solid score, but spoiler alert for what is to come, that does not even crack the top 5 for the Redhawks. Another strike for the Huskies, this one from Johnny Hodges. He is consistent throughout the day with a 142, 138, and 145 across the 3 games. Setting the tone is Sean Lee from Central, who rolls a 278 in Game 1. What a way to start. The highest game of the day for Lee and just 2 pins from a career best. In Game 2, Naperville Central absolutely catches fire. Aiden Lee with a strike. He rolls a 236 game and a 615 series overall. Next, we see Tommy Creighton-Pop delivering as usual with a 225 for the game and a 609 series. Nate Taverna gets in on the fun with a strike and a 245 second game. A 667 series for the sophomore is a fantastic score, but somehow only the 3rd best on the team. Redhawks senior Ethan Rupp with a strike as part of a 255 in Game 2 and a series of 680. Another outstanding number and the 2nd best on the team. Capping off the record-breaking Game 2 is Sean Lee, who also rolls a 255 for the game. An incredible 12-16 in Game 2 shatters the school record and District 203 record. Lee also sets a school and district record with a 3-game series of 790, one of the best performances we've ever seen. In the midst of the record-breaking Central performance, Naperville North is also bowling very well. Ian Rogers with a strike and a game of 172. Andy Sullivan also rolling well in the 2nd game as he ties Rogers with a 172 and scores a 420 series. Holden Randall continues his strong season with a team-high 235 in Game 2 and a 605 series to lead the Huskies. Max Alexandrov also playing well, going from 156 to 186 and ending Game 3 with a ham bone. 4 strikes in a row for a 200 to end the day. But Naperville Central remains the story, taking the win with another school record series of 33-68. It's the first time in school history and District 203 history that 5 bowlers on a team have earned a series of 600 or better, a crosstown classic that will not soon be forgotten. For this play of the week, we got girls bowling with Kenya Moore getting a difficult spare. Despite having 6 pins left and a split to deal with, she makes it look easy on this roll with 1 front pin knocking down a pair on the left side to secure the spare. She couldn't have done any better, making a tough attempt look routine. Impressive stuff from the Mustang. That's it for the show. Join us next week as the winter season continues with another slate of games, including Bennett Academy hosting Marian Catholic in boys basketball and 3 crosstown classics in 3 different sports. Don't forget, we're always online. Check us out on our website for extended highlights and stories at nctv17.org. You can also find us on social media at nctv17 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Josiah Schuneman. See you next week.